This is the story of how my father chose his business over my mother's life. I'm Rachel. When I was 23, my mom was diagnosed with stage 3 pancreatic cancer. The doctors were clear. Aggressive treatment overseas was her best shot. Cost? $380,000. We didn't have that kind of money, but my dad owned a successful auto repair business worth about $600,000. The solution seemed obvious. Sell the business, save mom's life. But Dad refused. He said, "We'll find another way. I'm not selling what I spent 30 years building." We didn't find another way. Mom died 8 months later. I was 24, my brother was 19, and our father? He still runs that shop every single day. None of us have forgiven him, and I don't think we ever will. This is the story of a man who loved his business more than his wife, and what that choice cost all of us. My parents were high school sweethearts, built a life together from scratch. Dad opened Martinez Auto Repair in 1989. 1 bay, 1 lift, just him. By the time I was in high school, Dad had 4 bays, 6 employees, and pulling maybe $400K profit a year. Dad was obsessed with the shop, 60 hours a week minimum. Mom would joke, "I'm married to a garage, not a man." But she loved him and supported him. Then March 2019, Mom started having symptoms. Stomach pain, weight loss, fatigue. May 2019, they sat us down, me and my younger brother Jake. Dad's voice was shaking. "Your mom has cancer, pancreatic, stage 3. Jake started crying immediately. I couldn't process it. Standard treatment in the US, 15 to 20% survival rate, but a specialized center in Germany offered an experimental treatment, 40 to 50% survival. The catch, insurance didn't cover it. Total cost, $430,000. We didn't have it, but the shop was worth $600,000. That night I asked carefully, "Could you sell it to pay for Germany?" Long silence. "Rachel, I've spent 30 years building that business. I know, Dad, but I'm not selling it." Mom put her hand on his. "Michael, we should at least consider." "Laura, no, we'll find another way, I promise." The next 3 months were a nightmare. Mom started standard chemo, lost her hair, lost weight. We applied for medical loans, denied. GoFundMe raised $28,000, not enough. By August, Mom's condition was worsening. One night, I confronted Dad in the garage. "Dad, we're running out of time. The only option left is the business. Don't you think I know that?" He snapped. He lowered his voice. "If I sell it, what do we live on? And what if the treatment doesn't work? Then we've got nothing, and your mom is still gone." I stared at him. "So you're betting on her dying either way?" "I'm being realistic, Rachel. This family needs stability. This family needs Mom." He didn't respond. I walked away. I tried to get Mom to convince him. Her response broke me. "That business is his life's work. I can't ask him to destroy that." "He's trading it for your life," I said. "Sweetie, even if we go to Germany, there's no guarantee. Your father's right to be cautious." That's when I realized she'd already accepted it. September came. The oncologist recommended hospice care. We were out of US options. I tried one last time. "Dad, please, sell the business. Germany is still possible." "It's too late. She's too weak to travel now." "Because we waited. Because you waited." Dad's voice was cold. "I've made my decision. We're keeping the business. Then you've killed her." By October, she was on hospice at home. One evening, she whispered to me, "Don't hate your father. He's doing what he thinks is right. He's scared." "He chose wrong," I said. 3 days later, early morning, Mom passed away. The funeral was small. Dad gave a eulogy. I wanted to scream. After the funeral, Dad's business partner pulled him aside. "Actually, I've been thinking, would you be interested in buying the business? I might be ready to retire." I froze. 1 month after Mom died, Dad sold the business for $620,000. When he told Miss, I asked, "Why now, Dad? Why not 6 months ago when it could have saved her?" I thought I was protecting our future. "What future, Dad? Mom was the future. And you let her die to protect a fucking garage." He broke down completely, crying. "I made the wrong choice. I'll live with it every day for the rest of my life." "Good, you should." It's been 5 years. Dad lives alone. My brother Jake cut him off completely. I barely speak to him. Last month, he showed up at my apartment. "I wasn't choosing the business over your mom. I was paralyzed by fear. I made the worst decision of my life because I was a coward." I stared at him. "The truth is, you let her die, Dad. You had the power to try to save her, and you chose a building full of cars instead. Here's what I learned. Fear makes people do unforgivable things. Dad was scared, but his fear killed my mom. Money and businesses are replaceable. People aren't. Dad learned that too late. Living with regret is its own prison. Dad got his money, and he's miserable every single day. My mom deserved a husband who would have sold everything to try to save her. Instead, she got a man who loved his business more than her life. And we all have to live with that."